And we're set for the featherweights. On your left, Mario Cesar, fighting for Cuba, and his opponent, 19-year-old Frankie Carmona for Team USA. These are 125-pounders. Carmona ranked #1 in the USA, while Cesar began his boxing in 1987. You can see the difference in their age. Cesar is 4 years older, has a 3-inch height advantage, and Carmona, still a high school senior in Los Angeles, California, being brought together here for round #1 by our referee. And we're back now to Omar Rivera, the Cuban referee, handling this bout. This is bout number 5 on the night. Checking with all the judges to see that they're in place for this electronic scoring system. Everybody ready to go, with the Cubans now starting to assert their dominance, leading 3 bouts to 1. Here we go.
This is going to be an interesting bout for Frank Carmona as he continues to grow accustomed to the international arena. At times it can be a bit confusing to these boxers who have boxed so much in the United States to walk in and face not only international boxers, but international boxers of such a caliber as this.
Carmona really needs to be watched early in the bout because he's a young man of very fragile confidence. He, in fact, lost 15 of his first 25 amateur bouts. Wasn't focused or disciplined by his own admission. Now feels that he has the focus and discipline necessary to become a good boxer, but his confidence is fragile, Van, and I think the first round will be a telling tale. If he can hold his own, feel good about himself, he can go on and make it competitive. If Cesar becomes very assertive here, it could be a long night for Mr. Carmona.
Well, they say that that heart is awful important. Enthusiasm is important in life, but enthusiasm only makes a difference when the skill is equal, Sam. When the skill's not equal, I mean, after a while, you got to be able to know something and do something. And Carmona certainly has that opportunity at hand right now. He's a very hard worker, very methodical, very smart in the ring. He has the capability to recognize the strengths of Mario Cesar. So we'll see now if he can put it all together and do that.
Cesar is a silver medalist in the recent Cuban national championships. Been a member of the Cuban national team since 1990. Has a wealth of international experience.
Now Carmona is coming around to where he needs to be. I believe he spent the first minute in this round just assessing his opponent and then launched an attack and a stalking maneuver, if you will, against Cesar.
Frank, come on.
He needs to keep that up. You can hear the coaches telling him, keep on coming, Frank, keep coming.
1 minute to go in the opening round. These Cuban boxers look to be, for the most part, considerably taller than their American counterparts. It's because they are. 3 inches difference here.
Carmona just took a shot to the head and then one to the body, and as he did that, his gloves came down. That opens him up, of course, and he's got to recover a little bit quicker. Cesar landing the shots not quite at will, but very effectively against the head of Carmona.
And watch his footwork too, Van. He really glides on his feet. 30 seconds to go in the round. Letting Carmona get away with a lot of things here in the opening round. He has not pressed Carmona at all.
Sam, have you noticed that the Cuban boxers work very hard to stay out of the corners? They box out in the middle of the ring. That's where they can do their thing.
End of round #1. Frankie Carmona still there.
The first round was not without action on the part of both boxers. Cesar working the body, coming in underneath. And a big miss by Frank Carmona, but he seems to recover very well. Cesar, though, stays the aggressor and then moves out smartly.
If they give you the inside, when they give you the inside, you got to take it. Because he's not going to give you no more. Okay? When they give you the inside, you take it. Okay? Earn that inside and get it. Huh? Good first round, but we got to do a lot better. Huh?
And remember, first, no weight.
Stay in the inside. Stay in the inside.
Second round, Frank.
Stay in the inside.
Bell in round #2, Jesse Ravello, one of the U.S. coaches, just imploring Carmona to take the inside. Go in there and just take it. And that's where Carmona's going to have to work, because Cesar is just going to stay away from him on the outside. And Frankie's going to have to cut the ring on him.
And that's good. Here in the very opening seconds of the second round, Carmona is starting to do that just a little bit. He fell off that mark, though, in round one. Carmona needs to get in and work between the punches of Mario Cesar, cut that distance down, as we said earlier, close up the spaces, and try to focus on breaking the rhythm. You talked about the footwork of Mario Cesar, and that's all part of that fluid movement, that rhythm, if you will, Sam, that they have.
Good right hand by Carmona. Now he's starting to disrupt Cesar's rhythm a little bit. Because Mario was just gliding on the outside. There's no interruption to his movement. And now Frankie's trying to cut the ring off on him a little bit, stay inside as we go under 2 minutes. This is the second round, scheduled for 3. I think this is a guy Carmona can take, man.
I do too, Sam. Of being on the inside, just like that. Deliver inside, get those gloves down, and move to the head. Don't waste time.
Frankie Carmona is the #1 ranked boxer in the USA at 125 pounds. He is the U.S. national champion. So we're not talking about chopped liver here. We're talking about an accomplished young amateur boxer.
Cesar getting off the shots, and Carmona covering, deflecting most of those blows, and then sneaking a right in on Cesar. Good move by Frank Carmona.
USA needs some inspiration here. They're falling behind 3 matches to 1. Carmona can give them something to really hunt for and get them back in the competition here with a victory. He's just battling Cesar all over the center of the ring.
But that's great. That's great what Frankie Carmona is doing. He's got Cesar over against the ropes, but Cesar so skillfully slips away from there. Good flurry of punches by Frank Carmona.
Excellent round.
Crowd is behind him 100%.
Just a great round here for Frank. 45 seconds to go in the round. He's got plenty of time here. Just keep piling up the points, Frankie.
Frank Carmona cannot afford to let up on Mario Cesar at this point. He's got to keep up that aggressiveness throughout this entire round, and then the next round to follow. Cesar looks like he's scoring on a couple of punches, but Carmona right back in the hunt.
Good body work by Cesar. Danger sometimes is the judges won't give you credit for body shots, man.
And you don't know what they're scoring either, Sam.
Under 10 seconds to go in the round 2. A good one for Frankie Carmona. Come back for round 3. We believe this bout is very much up for grabs. The bell in round number 3, and Cesar comes out winging.
We didn't hear Cesar in the corner, but I think the coach told him in the corner is you can't go out there and walk. You've got to go out there and turn up the heat. Cesar's doing that thus far in the opening seconds of this round. Caution for open face portion of the glove. Cesar is certainly busy, and it's time for Carmona to get busy. And there he goes, and the crowd sees it, and the crowd roars its approval.
Watching intently is his coach, Jesse Ravello. Came over, defected from Cuba some 26 years ago.
1967, he was in fact a Cuban national champion in 65 and 66. Won the Pan American Games for Cuba at 132 pounds before coming to the United States.
And now a U.S. coach, and first chance he's ever had to coach against his native land. Nobody wants to beat Cuba more, I can tell you, than that young man, Jesse Ravello, to the left of your screen.
He's living a dream right now, Sam. All the turmoil that's inside of him, the feelings he has for his boxers, but not just that, the feeling that he has for his native countrymen.
About 1:45 to go the third round here.
Action is most aggressive.
Frankie Carmona trying to bring this one home, and Cesar now calling on every skill that he's got. Good double right hand hook by Carmona.
Good shots by Carmona, very good shots. He's looking very strong here as we move midway through this round. It's going to be interesting to see how the computer scoring scores this particular bout. It's a give and take affair, as you can see.
Cesar throwing great combinations now. He's getting some points back. Frankie's got to finish the last minute here with a big flurry. 1 minute to go in the bout.
Cesar very active. Carmona moving into the body. Those body shots take a toll eventually, but they basically do less damage than a solid shot to the upper body. This is no time to stop, no time to slow down for Frank Carmona. He has to turn up the gas and make it go for the final 40, 30 seconds of this bout. Just like that, a good left, a good right by Frank Carmona.
Just chasing Cesar across the ring almost. Mario throws him off, and there you see the coach again, Jesse Ravello, watching with intent interest here.
Cesar had a swing and a miss. Carmona's right back in there. A good left by Carmona. Continues to follow with that left hand. A couple lefts and a good right would be really helpful.
Crowd will bring you home on this one. Under 10 seconds to go. Wait till you hear the roar after this.
Frankie Carmona knew exactly what he had to do in this round, and that was to come out on the attack. And he did a pretty good job of that with Mario Cesar.
Was it enough to win? Let's check with our ring announcer, Ted Sarandis, now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner on a decision in the blue corner, Frank Carmona of the United States.
Frankie Carmona has done it. He has defeated Mario Cesar in the biggest victory in that young man's career. And so the competition now narrows. The Cubans lead at 3 matches to 2. And already through 5 matches, Team USA has won as many bouts as they did in the entire 12-bout competition against Russia. The biggest cheer of the night goes for the Tasmanian Devil, Vinny Pazienza.